You know, I guess we can scratch China off the list now. Because it seems that according to Equestria Daily, China now joins the list along with Australia and the Netherlands as basically being countries that have stopped airing episodes before the US. Now, apparently, Tiny Pop or Bop or whatever it's called in, I think, what is it, Canada or something? Or the UK? I think it's the UK, I believe. Yeah, it's the UK. Tiny Pop is scheduled to release the new episodes in October as well, basically the second half. Um, I don't know if they're going to end up getting the same treatment as we do, or as the other countries have. But basically, you can add China to the list of countries that was originally scheduled to be ahead of us, but now will not be. There is speculation going around as to what could have caused it. There is a room. I mean, there was word several weeks ago that China basically was planning to do this 100-day celebration that involved television. Basically, they were going to, kind of reprogram the channels, or get the channels to reprogram the schedules to focus a lot of the networks and stations on China's history or something like that. So basically, what was being done with MLP, as far as China was concerned, was they were releasing the episodes originally two at a time on a weekly basis, new episodes that is, and then they went on to a hiatus, then they came back, and basically, they started to do one episode every other week, and this original schedule was they were going to do it every other week until they got to the week of the 20th, and then that's when they were going to go weekly. So apparently that's not going to happen now. There is one thing that did air early, officially, believe it or not, so it's not considered a leak, I guess, is the holiday special. We knew it was coming, and it's the Equestria Girls one. So yeah, Friendship is Magic got Best Gift Ever. The Equestria Girls are getting Holiday Unwrapped. So, this is obviously the last one. Whether it's done by DHX Media or Boulder Media, I don't know. But apparently it got released early in the Ukraine. So I'm assuming that it's going to be released here in the US around the same time Best Gift Ever was last year. So I'm guessing we can expect an announcement for an end of October release. That's my theory. So obviously it's so that's one thing I guess you could probably watch online if they don't pull that. But yeah, China is now among the list of countries that is kind of put their early releases of the rest of Friendship is Magic's final season on hold. Again, people are speculating as to what could be the reason. No doubt people will point towards the reaction that a lot of fans gave, towards the Netherlands, not only accidentally and unintentionally, I guess, on their part, releasing through the Videoland on demand service or cable service all of the second half along with the first half of the final season. Because initially the plan was they were going to just do the first half, and someone on their end at the Videoland cable service or cable channel and on demand made a boo-boo, made an oopsie, if you will, and they ended up releasing not just the first half but the entire second half as well, which includes the two-parter, the ending of the end, and the finale epilogue episode, The Last Problem. So yeah, it wasn't too thrilling for a lot of fans to, you know, see this happen. And on top of that, though, what really got people upset, even with the English subtitles, depending on what kind of version of the English subtitles were given, basically what happened, basically fans were not too thrilled with the last episode itself. Now, here's the thing. Here's what's funny about the fan base. There are fans that were cool with it, and I'm sure a lot of fans, when it officially comes out later on, will be cool with it. But there were a lot of fans that weren't too thrilled with what they saw. Because apparently what they saw, and I don't want to say anything here because apparently a lot of people have said enough. Apparently what they saw was something that went against what they were told previously before. So that really kind of got to them. I think maybe some of the implied, if not officialized, canon ships, romances, if you will, also got them a little upset. I'm assuming. But besides that, it wasn't just the finale, which is kind of a mixed bag. Because, like I said, I think a lot of people in the long run are going to like it, and some won't. There's no doubt about that. But I think majority of fans will. To me, it's a decent ending, a decent way to end the show. But again, I don't want to give much away. But also the two-parter, despite that being good, and it was, there was a moment in there, a twist that they didn't like because it pretty much kind of downplayed one of the it kind of, I'm not going to give much away, but it kind of downplayed one of the interesting parts of this season's major story arc. One of the major interesting ingredients, of the story arc that, fans were happy to see. Fans were thrilled to finally get a chance to see what this individual could do. And the twist that they got in the ending of the end, which was basically I will say the first part, but I'm not going to give much away besides that, kind of really soured them a little bit, not much from what I understand, because it's like, really, you build up this moment for years, basically hinting that this individual is coming, and then you do this. It really wasn't. It really wasn't a twist that a lot of people enjoyed. I mean, yeah, it's a twist some people didn't see coming, but it's a twist that basically disappointed them. And again, I'm not going to give much away besides that. So yeah, that kind of set off a little bit of a reaction among the fans, some legitimate fans that were not too happy, as well as some trolls that just decided to get in on the action, if you will, and just make a blaze out of just a small little fire that was already started, a small little flame that could have been easily extinguished over time, if not like that. These trolls that pretended to be so-called fans decided to just throw more fuel onto the fire. In fact, one of the trolls went as far as to create a petition, if you will, to rewrite all of the entire series, new writing staff and all that. It's like, it was like totally ridiculous, to the point that Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, who recently just released a new review on his FOB Equestria channel, which is taking too seriously a collab with Sharp Wit, and a review of Honest Apple. But anyway, like I said, Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, came on Twitter and pointed out the grammar miscorrections, misannunciations and miscorrections that were made in the petition, the way it was typed up, the way it was Like I said, the way it was typed up, the way certain words were utilized. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: we've known for years as fans, whether we were, fans that got intrigued, that the intrigue and everything, the interest took time to really affect us and make us accept the fact that, hey, this is a good show, we actually like it. It's basically what I'm saying is that he could. I just lost my train of thought there. Sorry, but basically. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it now. Sorry about that. I was just trying to think of what I was going to say and I lost my train of thought. My apologies. But basically, we've known as fans, and like I said, as fans that were intrigued and interested, that were interested at first, and the intrigue really got to us to a point that it finally won us over. We've known about these trolls for years. We've known about them for years. Even the fans that have been with the show since the beginning, through 4chan and places like that, have known about the trolls and how they just don't understand, or they don't get why fans like Friendship is Magic, why adults like myself and Silver Quill and Dusty Cat and Lightning Bliss, people that grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and then people that grew up in the late 80s and 90s like Dr. Wolf, Thespio, Midnight Sonata, Voice of Reason, Josh Scorcher, Aramount, people like that. They just, Keyframe, Golden Fox, they just don't understand why we like the show, and they always take an opportunity when they see it to kind of berate us for that, or troll us for that. And this here was an opportunity that they saw to ignite something that didn't need to be ignited any further. It was, like I said, it was a small flame that could have easily been doused with water and put out. But anyway, because of that, what happened was Australia was scheduled this week, I think. Yeah, this week. Australia was scheduled this week to finish up the season, to finish up the series. Originally, they were scheduled this week to do so. It was supposed to start around last week, and then they were going to wrap it up this week, and possibly a week from tomorrow, depending. But mostly this week. That changed to where I think it's going to be moved up or moved down to either by the end of the month or around October. That's what I'm thinking. My speculation on that. China, on the other hand, like I said, or like I've mentioned in other videos, had this weekly back-to-back new episodes premiere schedule with the Youku, that's Youku, like Ruko, it's Youku, Youku, that's letter Y, Ouku, for the closed caption here on YouTube, TV, was, at first, in the past month or so, was releasing the second half almost immediately. I mean, after they aired Between Dark and Dawn, they went right into Last Laugh. It was back to back with each other. And then the following week, what was it? What was the episode they did? 246 Great. They did the following week, along with, I think, A Trivial Pursuit. And then they did, basically, after they did that, they did The Summer Setback, and She Talks to Angel. And then they wrapped that up. They wrapped up those episodes they aired before going on a small hiatus with Dragon Dropped and the Horse Shoe-In. So after that they went into hiatus, and they came back about a week ago so with Daring Doubt, which is the final Daring Do episode in the series. And then they were supposed to actually it was 2 weeks ago they did Daring Doubt, and then they were going to wait another week or so, and then this week this week, actually yesterday on my sister's birthday, or the day before my sister's birthday, they were going to release Growing Up Is Hard to Do, which is officially the last Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. So they were planning to do that, and then I think they were going to wait another 2 weeks, and then they were going to do what was the episode? I think the Big Mac question, and then on the 20th they were going to do the two-parter, and then the 27th they were going to wrap things up, as far as I know. That was their initial schedule. But what happened was, again, what happened, people are assuming, is because of the negative reaction and the trolling and the harassment that Jim Miller, the director of the show, along with the other creative staff were getting, Hasbro, along with DHX Media and AllSpark Animation, decided, nope, this ain't gonna happen. Enough's enough. And this is what people are speculating. They're speculating that Hasbro had a say in DHX taking Hasbro had a say in all these cable services with the on-demands and all that, removing the episodes from the original schedule and replacing them with reruns from earlier episodes in the season. So it's like basically Hasbro just stepped in along with DHX and AllSpark, and they said, enough's enough. We're not going to have this. Enough's enough. This is dumb. We don't need any more trouble, because I think what people are speculating is, if Australia and China would have gone through with their schedule as they planned to, that basically the schedule, that basically the negative reaction they got with the leaked unintentional leaked early releases of the final episodes was bad. That if they the theory is, the speculation is, basically if they would have allowed Australia and China to go through as planned, that pretty much the reaction, that negative reaction, would have probably multiplied, because now you'd be seeing the official English version over another country's dubbed version. So Hasbro's like, again, speculation is Hasbro probably pulled it and is waiting until we catch up to probably allow those other countries to release the episodes, that they were planning to do anyway, so that simultaneously everyone across the world that's a fan of the show can enjoy the final episodes. That's an assumption. So again, we don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's, again, I don't know if that's true, that Hasbro probably had a say saying it, and that maybe because of the negative reaction, the harassment that Jim Miller and the rest of the creative staff got over the final episodes and some of the things that happened, that maybe that's the reason. I can't really say, but I can say that if Jim Miller himself had a say, that would be understandable. So anyway, that's really about it. I mean, China has officially joined the list of countries that has put a stop to the early releases of the rest of the second half of the final season of Friendship is Magic. So guess we're gonna have to wait and see when they start to re-release them again. My assumption is it's going to be close to when we finish up the series, but maybe it might be sooner. We don't know. But let me know what you guys think down below about the situation. Comment if you like. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I am out.